Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Plarium just released some more news about the upcoming summoning events that will go head-to-head with the Summon Rush this weekend, and the most important thing, with the Festival Titan event. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning both of these things, because some of you guys might be wondering, hell, why do I need to summon this weekend? We have no fusion going on, which most probably will be announced next week, that it will start the week after. So if you haven't noticed the pattern just yet, 2 weeks we have like these sort of events, a Titan event for a soul, 2 weeks we have a fusion, 2 weeks this, 2 weeks a fusion. So expect to find out news about the fusion later. But how I mentioned, if you are planning to go for the Festival Titan event, or how I wanted to mention, if you are aiming at a 5-star soul, you cannot skip many things. Sorry for this short intermission here before we get to the champions, guys. So basically, you need 1,500 points to collect the 5-star. And let's be honest, the most impactful thing on him will be the 5-star soul, because that's where the accuracy is. 75 accuracy, which is massive. So the main goal for everybody that thinks that stands a chance is to aim for the 5-star soul. That's where it becomes really impactful. So if you want to get that done, you cannot skip many things. You can only skip 250 points in total. Now, we already have the Path of the Clover event, which is live in game, and you can collect 200 points from here in total. So if you skip these ones, you cannot skip anything else, okay? You cannot count on, okay, I'm just gonna skip that. And the reason why I'm saying it, guys, is because from this Summon Rush that will start tomorrow, I'm expecting to see 250 to 300 Titan points. Then, during the celebration, they will have a Path of Light event, which is going on at the moment, and a Deck of Fate. Okay? So I'm expecting that if you guys are paying attention to the calendar, you see the last event starts on the 24th, which is Sunday. Now, for next week, they have nothing up and running here. So I'm expecting to see a Deck of Fate, most probably, that will contain Titan points. Or maybe they're not going to do that Deck of Fate just yet, and we just have a normal champ chase on Friday the 29th. But in the meantime, we have the CVC Tuesday and Wednesday, right? So expect to see some other things going on in here. So probably, if they are doing a Deck of Fate, it will contain Titan points. That's very hard to complete, and it's very hard to get your Titan points from there. So don't count on the rest of the events. If you are able to get your Titan points now, do it, and don't count on something else. Rather skip something that comes later where we're not sure what we can expect from. You know, it's better if you aim for the 5-star solo. Going back to the main topic, guys. This Friday, March 22nd, we're planning to launch a progressive chance event, giving you at least a 15x chance to summon the champions of your choice from the selected pool from Ancient, Primal, Sacred, and Void shards. Now, the chances to summon will still be the same. Nothing really changes here. The same low chances to summon the legendaries, epics, etc. What will change is that we will have a 15x progressive chance on these particular champions right here. So if you are doing the Mythical Fusion, Tatsu, she is being used for that. That's literally the best place where you can use Tatsu. We have Nock the Paralyzer, Gaius, Prince Kymar, Sifi, Claydna, Chagur, Allure, Tyrell, Cornelia, Seer, and Ayla Lifebraid. But I'm gonna walk you through a bit of a chit chat about these champions. What can we do with them in 2024? Are they worth it? So how I mentioned, Tatsu, guys, she's honestly one of the worst legendaries in the game. She looks absolutely amazing. She looks sick. But kit-wise, she is very, very underwhelming, especially for a legendary champion. Attacks one enemy 2 times, nothing crazy happening. AoE attack, decrease resistance and sleep. A bit of Thermeter, very weak multipliers. Attacks one enemy 2 times, again, very weak multipliers. And she buffs if you kill an enemy, which is kind of like counterproductive. It's not helpful. So the best thing that you can do with Tatsu is fuse the mythical champion. Fuse Lady Mikage, that's about it. Then we have Nocked the Paralyzer. Nocked is actually pretty interesting as a legendary champion. He's able to solo some earlier stages on dungeons, you know. With the A1, he has decreased accuracy. He has sleep and poisons on the enemies, which is pretty helpful. places additional poisons if the sleep is removed or disappears after an enemy takes damage, which will allow you to place a lot of poisons on waves. Then he has ally protection and continuous heal on all allies. The passive heals the champion, and when attacked, he has a chance to put a sleep on the attacker when allies under ally protection are attacked. So it can be useful maybe to solo the golems, solo the dragon, but not on hard mode. I haven't tried on hard mode. Maybe he will be able to do it, but it's very hard to do it at the boss. That's the main issue. HP aura for dungeons. So he's not a bad legendary champion. I wouldn't personally rush to put him on my 15x progressive chance unless I would know that he is meta somewhere, and at the moment he's not meta anywhere. Then we have Gaius the Gleeful. He was a pus fusion, and he's a bomber. He's a mad bomber, a bomb champion, and he is probably one of the best bombers. Now the problem right now is that polymorph in the higher tiers is present everywhere, especially after the buff, the unintended buff, and it's very hard to use the bombers. It's very likely for him to get polymorphed. Sleep, he can put the bombs, which is very nice. He has this A3, which is nice because it will ignore unkillable when they kill him. The bombs detonate on the enemies, which is very, very fun. His tons of fun, the champion. He's still very effective in the lower tiers, though. So if you're not looking at Platinum Arena or Gold 3, Gold 4 in Live Arena, and you want him, he's definitely going to be very, very helpful for you. He's going to help you to deal with Stone Skin, So definitely not a bad champion. Then we have the one and only Prince Kymar. I know a lot of you guys love this bad boy. He's absolutely a beast. I'm using him in so many different areas after all this time. And AoE, poison, sleep, remove buffs, reset the skills, thermometer, speed, aura for arena. I'm using him in the Fire Knight. Very, very impactful. Now I have him built for damage. You can still build the old classic arena Kymar fast with accuracy, especially for live arena. Put a sleep on the enemy and remove the buffs and kind of like move from there. But I'm not really using him in arena, I'll be very honest. He's more of a PvE use for me at the moment. Then we have Siphi the Lost Bride. Now, I know this is something that a lot of you guys might be interested in. Siphi the Lost Bride, absolutely insane. The number 1 live arena champion, more or less, is the first pick for pretty much everyone, guys. And probably some of you guys are wondering, how do we build Siphi now? What's the main idea to build her? Well, you have a couple of different options, guys. I still have mine on Stone Skin, and the main reason is because she's very important for my Sand Devil team, right? But you can run her on 9 pieces protection. If you have that, is absolutely amazing. If you can reach good speed on her. If no, as tanky as possible, as fast as possible, and Stone Skin works pretty good on her because like that, Taras won't fear either. And that is a very, very important factor why I decided to go for Stone Skin on her rather than protection or anything else. I just want to make sure she's gonna be able to get the job done, So that's how I would probably still build her. If you can keep the Stone Skin on her, it's nice. But for Hydra, the 9-piece protection sets is mandatory because that will increase your damage a lot. Then we have Kleidna. Man, what can I tell you? Kleidna. I summoned 2 of her. I'm not using her anywhere. She needs a buff. And even though she has the revive on that, decrease speed, AoE, a bit of a healing on this champion, revive on that and block debuffs, she's just not good enough, okay? I just don't think she's good enough. She doesn't provide any healing after. The leech is not enough. The passive would be nice if this will affect the entire team and not just herself. Basically, at the moment, this only has a chance to block the damage for herself. So yeah, even on the Sand Devil, it's just hard to make her count, because of the passive, which can mess you up. So yeah, that's basically how I'm feeling about Kleidna. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm not saying you cannot use her as a progression champion, but I feel like she's pretty underwhelming for a Void Legendary. That's my main argument to it, Then we have Chagur, and Chagur is not bad actually. He can solo some of the lower stages as well in the Dragon, maybe even in the Ice Golem. I never really tried him there. The main thing with him is that he's pretty unique though. Like, he can deal some decent damage, attacks all enemies, puts poisons, defense down. he has this unique passive that allows him to basically counterattack, I would say, or attack the enemy when the poison ticks, and then he has a chance to put a sleep with A1 and constantly keep them controlled, you know? It's pretty good for the Sanddiver's Necropolis if you don't have any of the crazier champions to get the job done. You have attack aura for all battles, and he empowers Ramantu, which is massive, you know? Like, if I would get any more copies of Jagur, will be to empower Ramantu. But he's not a bad champion. Then we have, of course, Allure. Allure lost a lot of value in the end game, but she's very effective against the Dark Fae. Very effective against the Fire Knight, progression-wise, up to stage 25, you know. She's still the queen of Terminator manipulation with that basic skill. It's just crazy, dropping 75% of the target's Terminator with a basic skill. Decent-ish damage, not insane, but that's where I would use her, and probably the best build is still Relentless for Allure. Then we have Tyrell, very impactful for the Cursed City. That's kind of like where he's shining the most at the moment. Defense down on a 4-turn cooldown, defense aura, decent damage, Terminator manipulation, decrease attack. I have my build for damage on a perception set actually. Then we have Cornelia. Cornelia lost a lot of value too with the nerf of the Frenzy set, right? She's still okay-ish, but she's not that insane anymore. Sleep, you're getting some healing, fear on the enemies, increased cooldown of skills. Not a bad epic champion. Seer, the GOAT, right? She's still racking waves with this Karma Burn, one of the hardest hitting skills in the entire game. I feel like the best epic to put on the 15x will be Seer if any of you guys are trying to get her. And then we have this more niche champion that I kind of like had higher hopes for. I wouldn't summon for her. Like, even in the Cursed City, I haven't used her yet. I found no use for her, and I really had higher hopes for this passive. But it has that cooldown that really messes everything up. But that's what we have for this Summon Rush, guys, for this Titan event in terms of champions on the 15x progressive chances. Let me know if you're tempted to go for anyone except Sifi. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.